throw the tomato up in the air and slice it. Bobby requests it, you're gonna get it. The cooler temperatures are finally here, and that means it's soup season, stew season. But before you start chopping up all those veggies, you're gonna wanna make sure that your knives are up to shape. And this is something huge that most kitchens just do not pay attention to, and it makes a world of difference when you actually get them sharpened up. Joseph Reuter is with Vivrant. It's in Edina. Then they got some tips on how to make sure the process is safe and easy. I've had a great time just talking to you before the show about the science of knives. I didn't realize that certain knives have different concavities, like in why. Okay, we'll get into that in a second. What do you want people at home to know about the quality of knives, the sharpness, and how it affects their cooking?
Absolutely. Thanks for asking that question.
Sure.
When you're getting into harder vegetables, the dull knives really persuade you to not cook at all.
Oh, it's dangerous.
It is. They bounce, right? If they're dull, they're gonna like smush and tear.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have a dull.
That one's dull.
Okay.
And if they're sharp, they're gonna slice, right?
It makes
Just a
cooking
very different.
so much more fun.
You wanna.
You want me to get in there?
Dull is just really hard. They bounce off your food.
Right. Well, it's the stuff like this, right? Squash, pumpkins, and that's where it becomes dangerous because you have this super rigid, hard skins.
That's right.
And unless you have a super sharp knife, it
Yeah.
changes the job completely.
Sharp, and if they're thinner, right? So this is a local maker, Hall made this. It's out of his Origin series.
And that's a Japanese style, yeah?
This would be more Asian in style. They're going to be flatter towards the heel, but they're also going to be thinner.
Thinner tang, thinner handle.
Not awesome to go side to side,
Yeah.
but really great for
slicing.
sliding. Yeah. And just note on these, if you're going to go acorn squash and a little like brown sugar and happiness in here, some
Yes,
butter.
I like happiness.
If you cut them a little bit to the side, stay away from that
The stems, you don't have
stem.
to deal with it.
Yeah, and they will cook more evenly when you cut them evenly. Yeah.
All right, what do you have to say about, like, I know you're in the knife sharpening business and you probably want to make money, which is understandable. But there's a difference between home sharpening and professional sharpening. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, well, as a knife dulls, the metal will be pushed to the side. So right-handers will push to the inside, but it'll be blade left.
Yep.
Left-handers will push to the inside, but it'll be blade right.
Yeah.
And you'll use that hone, that thing that you look at in your knife block.
Sure.
And you're really happy you're not using it.
Yeah.
You can use that hone to push that bent metal back straight so long as the metal is there. And as soon as that metal's not there, it's rounded out, then you want to recraft that edge, and that would be sharpening. So some of these tools might look like this in their pull, but they're gonna grind and pull quite a bit of metal. And what happens is that it changes the shape on the blade. And so that will be feel, and it'll actually impact your ability to cut herbs and those things successfully.
And then how do you guys do it?
Yeah, we have a series of abrasives based on the knife. The Japanese will have single bevel knives. We'll treat those totally differently. So we have a series of abrasives, and we're pretty good at knowing what knife needs what edge.
Yeah, so it's not even the shape at the end of the knife. There's like two tiers to the sharpening, right? You want to sort of mold the metal, and then at the end you make the end of that metal super, super thin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, wait, you talk about it like if we're gonna be the nerds.
Yeah, let's nerd
You're
out.
talking about it as a primary bevel, a secondary bevel, and maybe even tertiary. If you're talking with knife makers, they have a different step in this process.
Sure.
But the bevel is that angle at the end, and where it comes together at a point, those two angles is that apex. And that's what you're measuring for sharpness.
Yeah.
What happens behind it is what lets it slide through food like this.
Sure.
And we are able to manage that behind really well.
So can you fix this too? Like I have a sort of a Japanese, it's a shun knife, right?
Yeah.
At home. It's similar to this.
Yeah, we sell those.
But it's brittle, right? I mean, it's super sharp and thin, but it has like chips in it.
Yeah, that
Can you remedy that?
we absolutely can. So we will always look at a blade profile, the shape of the blade, and restore it as close as we can to what it was intended from the maker or the factory. And then we'll take out all the chips. You can fix roundedness, points that are broken off, all of that stuff we can fix.
Yeah.
And then we sharpen it.
I think you should take like a food truck and just go around the different neighborhoods with the da 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 da, and we'll go
mobile?
sharpen them for $5.
Yeah, we have one of those.
All right, Bobby requested that you toss the tomato up. Can we do it? I'm not going to slice it. I'm just going to hold it here. So toss it up. Here we go. Hey, that's pretty good.
I should have had more height, and gravity would have helped
How
us.
long if you sharpened the knife would it last?
It's a really good question. It's kind of like shoes. The knives are intended for different purposes, right? Like shoes are. And most of the time, we have pros that go every 2 weeks, but they cook 12 quarts of vegetables a day, so you don't have to do it as often, once to twice a year.
So it depends on use mostly. All right, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you
was a
coming out.
pleasure.
Yeah, you can check out Vivrant. It's out on France Avenue, south in Edina, and we got more details at care11.com. I told you we'd nerd out. Thank you, man. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Love to have you back.